Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Kyle Rupert, the director for the Jasper Community Arts. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Things aren't happening, and yet something is going to be happening with the Jasper Community Arts, with JCAC, and we'll talk about that. Also, let's find out where we are on the Clark 10 Cultural Center. Let's start off with you are actually having an event virtually on October 10th.
Yeah, so like other venues around the country, we've been impacted just as much. We had a full slate of shows planned for our 2020-2021 season. A lot of those have been postponed, which left some gaps in our programming, and we wanted to stay engaged with the community and provide that opportunity with a local touch. So what we've been able to do through our contacts is secure a performance by Broadway's Mandy Gonzalez. She starred in Wicked. She starred in Hamilton. She starred in the original production of In the Heights, which was very well regarded in the industry. And so we've got her doing a live performance on October 10th. She will be in a studio safely, and our audience will be able to watch it from the comfort of their own home, wearing whatever they like. And they can make snacks, drinks, whatever, they make themselves comfortable. And the nice thing with the local touch is we actually have, we had a number of students from local schools that submitted auditions to do a duet with Mandy that'll be played during the performance. So you won't see anything like this anywhere else because it's specific to our community.
Now, how does somebody register and pay for this?
Great question. They can go to our website, jasperarts.org, just like they would buy tickets to any other show. And under the purchase individual tickets option, they'll see information about the show. They'll see a link they can click, and it'll take them to the website where the show will be streamed, and they can buy their tickets there. They can either buy an individual ticket, or they can buy a ticket for a group. If they are going to have, 3 or more people in their house watching with them, we just ask that you consider purchasing the group ticket. It's one ticket for one device, so that's really important to remember. But then once they buy that, they'll get an email that gives them all the information on how to access the stream on the day of the show. And if they have any questions, of course, they can call us.
And what people may not realize is nowadays, a smart TV, you can connect your computer to that smart TV, maybe through, you can even do your phone with a Bluetooth, can throw it to your TV, or you can just using a cable, HDMI cable in and out and plug it in, so you can watch it on a big screen. You don't have to watch it on that small computer screen.
Absolutely, and in fact, I talked to somebody over the weekend who was planning on watching it, and they had a projector. They have like some type of home theater system. They had a projector, and they were planning on connecting their computer up through that like they would normally, and playing it through there. So there are a lot of viewing options from a phone to a tablet all the way up to a television or projector.
And you say you can get the tickets online. You pay online easily then too?
Yep, the whole thing.
Okay.
Yep.
And how much is a ticket?
So what we're asking is that for individuals, $15, which is a great option for someone of Mandy's caliber to be able to watch that live. And then if it's a group of 3 or more, we ask for $35. But it's one ticket equals one device. So if it's going to be 1 or 2 people, you could get by with just that single $15 ticket. But if it's going to be a larger group, we just ask that you consider pitching in a little bit more. And the great thing, too, about the show, you could watch it on the TV, but if you are watching it from a computer, there is going to be, I believe, a chat function as well. So there will be a live Q&A with Mandy. So it'll be similar to like what we have, when we have our actual performances where the artist is up there and performing and then doing kind of an interaction with the audience as well. So it'll be really cool.
So you can maybe plan a little family get-together party, you and your immediate family, and watching at home and pay that $35. That's pretty cheap.
$35
for all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this show exclusive to Jasper Community Arts?
Our audiences will be the only ones watching this show. Yeah, so it's not shared with any other venues. It's strictly through us and our website, and our audiences will be the ones that will be taking it. And that's not to say that somebody who follows Mandy or is a big fan from all over the world may not find out about it and tune in, but it's not a shared performance with other venues. So there won't be other duets with other students from other schools. It'll be from within our county.
But if you have a parent or if you have kids that maybe live in Colorado or someplace else and they'd like to be part of it too with you, they can do that way.
Absolutely.
This is one way they can come to a show with you without coming home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the beauty of the internet.
And now someday we're going to get back to we're going to move to the new normal, and we'll be having shows and art displays and a new library at the Clark 10 Cultural Center. How's that going?
It's going well. I will say it is 10 Clark Cultural Center.
Oh, I keep saying it backwards? Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's okay.
That's because alphabetically I'm doing it wrong.
But no, it's going really well. They're moving right along. We're still looking at getting in there this fall yet. Now, we won't have any exhibits on display until January, but that's just because of how far out we plan exhibits and book those. But we will be in the space this fall yet, and we're excited to welcome the public. We're making those plans now. Of course, we're making 2 sets of plans, both one that's a normal set of plans and then one that's probably at this point more likely socially distanced, COVID-aware set of plans. But things are moving right along. In fact, just last week, they were putting in the terrazzo floor, which is this beautiful glistening floor in the atrium space. So they're making good progress.
And the library portion of it, that's coming along well too. I know that's not necessarily your bailiwick, but it's all part of the same thing.
It is.
Of the 10 Clark Cultural Center.
Absolutely, and it is coming along really nicely. The way they did it as a wave in the construction. So they started on one end of the building. It kind of forms a giant C. And they've worked their way around. So the arts side is a little bit further ahead than the library, but they are making good progress in the library side as well.
And we want to point out whilst you may think there's not much parking there is plenty of parking on the back side of the building.
Yeah, one of the things that we've heard for years is there's not enough parking downtown, more parking. And while this may not be right on the top of the courthouse, it's within a couple blocks, but it's 200-ish parking spaces right there in that area. So you combine that with the parking at the train depot and the parking at River Center, and that whole area, there's ample parking that we've added.
The exciting thing is that this just takes what you're able to do and multiplies it exponentially, because you can have more displays, bigger displays. The library can have more of what they do, offer more programs of what they do. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so today, for example, at the Arts Center, the Jasper Arts Center, we have the Crimp Gallery, and that's where all of our exhibits take place. That space is about between 1,800 and 2,000 square feet if you look at just the floor. But then you start taking into consideration, we've got doors to the auditorium, doors to the outside, doors to the restroom, doors. We have all these doors and windows that cover up all this wall space. At the Cultural Center, each individual gallery is about the same size in terms of square footage. So right there, we've already tripled it. But we don't have all of those other things taking up wall space. So we've probably more, I don't know the exact math, but probably more than tripled our available exhibit space just from that alone. On top of that, instead of having a drop ceiling like we have now, we've got an open ceiling all the way up to the roof deck, and the walls in themselves are 14-ish feet high. So we've got plenty of space for future installation exhibits. We've got one that's planned for 2021, but thinking into the future, we've got a whole lot of space to fill up in there. So the things we're going to be able to offer, the things we have planned, the sheer size of them, we could maybe get 1 or 2 in before, but that would have to be it. Now the whole exhibit can be these just massive pieces, so we're really excited about that.
Are you going to be able to offer more programming for people to participate in as opposed to where you are now?
That's the intent. So we do have additional spaces like the Black Box Theater, which if you think about it is really just a large open multi-purpose type of room that we can have lectures and film screenings and presentations and small performances. It's a space that would probably best accommodate 80 to 100-ish people. And then we've got 4 workshop rooms. As opposed to doing all of our art classes and workshops in the basement of the swimming pool, we're now going to be able to offer specific rooms for specific types of art classes and activities. So it'll be a much more comfortable and exciting and welcoming environment for all those different opportunities. So, we're talking now about retreats, residencies, special collaborations with the library. The library has a great service where you can stream concerts that were filmed live. Okay, we could take that content and we can turn around and we could maybe stream it in the comfort of like our black box theater for a really neat, you could watch it at home, sure, but you could also get out of the house and watch it someplace else. So we're looking at all those different opportunities.
And yet the Jasper Community Arts Center near the campus of VUJC is still going to be doing the big performances,
Right.
the major performances.
Right, yeah, that'll still be programmed as it always has been. Those larger artists, those larger concerts, that'll still go on there. But this just gives an additional opportunity for those experiences. There was a survey done recently in the community about what do you want to see downtown? What's the thing you want to see most downtown? And the number one answer was arts and entertainment. We've got the Astra. That's been fantastic. And now if you take that on that end of, well, it's not exactly the end of downtown, but that portion of downtown, and then you come closer to the bridge and you add this large cultural institution or facility that we're putting in there, the amount of arts and entertainment opportunities that are going to be offered and available and the public will be aware of is just going to increase exponentially once we get open.
Exciting times on the way.
Absolutely, can't wait.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much for being our guest.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure that you go to the website and check out the Mandy Gonzalez concert show performance and get your tickets there so you can watch at home and special kind of viewing. All right, Kyle, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.